Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Bro, these money trees go overseas like Percy Tau. I make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
Welcome to it, sports fans. It is the MKT Show. It's a new day where people are alive, which is good. That's good news. A lot of people are alive, and that's good news. Over 7 billion of them. In the words of Kim Jong-un, or Kim Jong-il actually, on South Park's, or the creators of South Park at least, came up with a movie, Team America. I'm so ronery today. Oh, so ronery. I'm all on my own. It's just me. It should just be called MKT, not even the MKT Show today. Senzo he claims he's studying for an exam, but who knows? You know, he might be out there starting a fishing scam. He might be out there, saving dolphins. You know, there's lots of things. Whoa, I was wrong. Senzo is actually here with us in studio. He's feeling a little, Hey Senzo, why the long face? Nay, he says. That's horse talk. Yeah, who cares?
Listen around. Get back to work.
Who cares? Hey?
How many of these do you think we can actually do?
Horse ones.
Yeah.
That's James Ilsley, by the way.
Sorry, I'm James Ilsley.
Oh, that's James. I mean, not a very professional show, but, a show nonetheless. So that's James. Back, as you can see to his right, his partner in crime, or crom, is Ryan Tinline. Now, Ryan, you were gone. You're not gone anymore. You've returned. Just your thoughts.
I'm glad to be back.
Yep.
I miss the Joburg rush.
Yep.
But I also do miss the Cape Town ocean breeze, sun.
Do you care to tell us where you were, who you were with?
I went to... obviously I went to Cape Town. I was staying in the city centre.
Okay. Big time right there, right? Huh?
Sorry?
I say big time money bags, Mr. Moneybags. Yeah.
You work on the hottest sports show in the
I
country,
got you. People move things for you. Got you.
By the way, I got inspiration from you when you make your trips to Durban and so on. You send those nice little hotel videos to the WhatsApp group while we slave away the sun.
Yep.
I thought I just would take a similar approach.
I did want to punch you in the gut sack when you sent us the one where you were right at the beach and faked missing us. That was tough for all of us. We are taking grenades here in the trenches, and there you are, sipping what looked like a mocha. I don't know, something with a little, mint in it or whatever. And you telling us you're missing us. A little insulting, I got to tell you.
No, well, to be fair, I saw that United took a loss to City.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is unfair because now I can't have any of the banter.
Yeah,
which I normally have the privilege to
You're happy to
give. And now I arrive here on my first day back. Where is Senzo?
Oh, he's here and he looks stunned, actually. Well, even your banter from last time. Let's see, maybe we can get a shot of Senzo, see what he thinks of Ryan's banter. Oh, boy. Look how much weight he's lost. That's all just because of Man City, huh? Listen, I understand that weight being lost because you did see how much Man City made them chase the ball. Shout out to Senzo Sitebe, keeping it lean, keeping it mean. And no horsing around, as James says. Absolutely incredible stuff. Today we're talking Stevie G. It's a big moment in his career. It's a big moment in people feeling old. The Aston Villa job looks like it will be his. I'll tell you why. I think it'll go better than Gerrard at Chelsea. We'll get into some social media. And then, boy, oh boy, is there a story I want to talk about. It is incredible. It's all going off now. Listen, if PSG thought they had problems with Icardi, they have a ladies team and there is a situation going off there which you may not believe. So we'll talk a little bit about that and more. If you're joining us for the first time, please do click like on YouTube if it's your first time. Otherwise, please do subscribe and be a friend, tell a friend. Hey, like, share, subscribe. Let people know the best show ever. You haven't seen it yet. This is what you need to watch. An awesome show coming up with me, MKT, and the boys. It is the MKT Show on the other side. I'm back on carbs again. I'm having carbs now. I'm not really into carbs, but that's a part of my life now because we've decided I must pack on some muscle along with my trainer. So there is something going on there. Breaking news, News 24, which is something we should not be reporting on. But if you are South African, and I guess, you know, this goes either way, right? I'm not really too interested in the parties that played. Former Nobel, well, I mean, he was a Nobel Peace Prize winner till the end. But former President F.W. de Klerk has, at the age of 85, passed away. So the last of that, of course, coalition between Nelson Mandela and F.W. de Klerk, which obviously created a brand new horizon and a brand new dawn for what we now know as the Rainbow Nation and the Republic of South Africa. So, hey, no matter what you think of F.W. de Klerk, listen, it is not easy to lose your grandfather, your father, your mother, and on an individual basis to that family. Boy, oh boy, that is tough. And 85, it's not that old. 85 is not that old anymore. So F.W. de Klerk passing away. So, I mean, he was the yin to the yang, or the yang to the yin that was Nelson Mandela, which created the country where myself, Ryan, James, Sipho, and these guys can be together. So, hey, listen, nobody in the past is perfect, but he was the guy, next to Nelson Mandela. So, crucial moment for the history of this country. And listen, I am one of those annoying people. I do like South Africa. So, onwards and upwards for the country. Let's hope in the next, 85 years we can figure out how to keep electricity on. It's a big reason for why we are an hour or so late. But, I mean, we move on. You stay strong in these times, James. Yeah, I'm saying, my man.
God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers, That's
yeah.
That's how we move on.
No, James, you always that is a bit of a safe one for you. You do like that one, God, making sure that he gives his toughest test to his toughest soldiers, you say.
Yeah, I mean, it fills you with hope, and sometimes it doesn't, and you just cry. So, yeah.
That's tough. It's the hope that kills you, I've heard. Listen, James, 2 or 3 people messaging me about your situation yesterday. Ryan, you obviously, I don't know if you managed to catch the show yesterday. James, okay, Ryan, let me put it to you like this. I don't want to rehash this, but I kind of need to give you the context, right? So did you watch the show yesterday, Ryan?
I caught the beginning of it before I went to the airport.
Oh, nice. Right?
Okay.
Nice.
All right. No, that's fine. So you would have missed the part where I asked James, do you want to talk about a breakup incident that happened while you were in Dubai? Well, they didn't break up while he was in Dubai, but it was, the start of it all. And I didn't want to get into it, but James said, yeah, that's fine. Let's talk about it. So I said, okay, cool. let's talk about it. Ended up in a whole situation where we were trying to figure out kind of the breakup reasons. Do we need to investigate the girl? Was she a Jezebel or whatever? And then James got a little bit sensitive at the end, and it sounded like there's more of a story to it. And he doesn't want us revealing that part of the story, which is not fair to the listeners and the subscribers, because that's the actual interesting part. People break up all the time. The thing we all want to know is what happened, and James really isn't letting us in there. So I'm kind of now forced to go and investigate through people I know, know James, and I'm going to have to figure it out now. Just your thoughts on the whole situation, and should I go and investigate it, Ryan? Maybe you can be decider whether I investigate it or not.
These listeners have been investing into the show for, 8-9 months?
Yeah.
And James has been a part of it for 8-9 months.
Absolutely.
I do feel like you do owe them a little some James. But also, on the other side,
yeah,
knowing what I know, MKT works hard for his money.
Yeah. And
he will find out.
Yes.
Whether it be you or whether it be on another whole platform entirely, he will, scrounge the bottom of the barrel to find out what went down. So sometimes it is just easier just
control the narrative. Because
have the first say.
First is often better than best. Now, and first is often better than true. Actually, people will believe you if you get it first. Now, James, two people messaged me who are very close to me, both female, and the one has said yes, the other has said no. But I'm now leaving it to you, because yesterday you weren't really sure. So we'll just start off the show with, am I pursuing this? Because I'm already ready to pursue it. And once I pursue it, I'm going to tell whatever I find out. I'm not going to protect your feelings. Or you can just tell us what she did, and then you can control the narrative and leave out all the stuff you don't need until we're satisfied.
Or
we
could drop it.
Nah, come on.
And just move on with our lives.
James.
Guys, my life is not that interesting.
James, get out of town. We could drop it.
My life's not that interesting.
James, we could drop it. Stand-up comedian. Funny man, hey?
I'm confused.
We could drop it. I mean, do you think I'm going to drop it now? So, all right, James, you've made your call. I will be investigating it, and over the next month, people can expect me to
No, but yesterday I said we're not mentioning anything on the show. I gave you my answer was no. No. And then we moved on.
Hold on. No, you said we're not mentioning anything on the show if you tell guys about it. And then yesterday, do you remember the whole gedunta, as Barrett would say, where I offered you a lifeline? Do you remember we even did a Jeremy Maggs thing where I said, James, if I go and investigate, I'm telling everything, and you didn't.
No, I did answer the question yesterday. I said no.
No, you didn't. No, you said no to telling us. I said fine. But now I'm just going to go and investigate.
No, you gave me the lifeline, and then I said no. And then the show ended abruptly afterwards. There was a lot of back and forth, and James, you didn't answer the question, and blah, blah, blah. And my answer was no.
Well, I mean, people have voted now. It's beyond you. Sorry.
Well, that's not fair, though.
Well, why can't you just tell us the story? This doesn't make any sense.
Because it's my life and my choice.
It's my life. It's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. Is that Bon Jovi?
It is. It is Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi. Well, Bon Jovi doesn't get enough credit. Nickelback gets more credit than Bon Jovi.
That song, I actually listened to very, very loud in my car on the way to my last day at my old job. Very loud in my car. Very, very loud.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was hyping myself. I was so excited. It was great.
Oh, was that like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
It's my life. Yeah. Were you doing the white guy?
Dude,
were you doing this one here? Because the white guys, as soon as they hear rock music, it's my life. It's now or never. And they're never in rhythm.
It started out with me singing with it, but then it just turned into yelling at some point. And then I listened to it on repeat. And then I think it was about 3 times that I listened to it.
Wow. So your theme song is Bon Jovi?
It definitely is. Yeah, I think it is.
John Bon Jovi,
I think so, yeah.
Bon Jovi.
John Jovi.
Not bad. Like, also not great. I mean, but Nickelback gets too much credit. Chad Kroeger, I mean, great hair, but not great music. Like Chad Kroeger, what's he, Canadian, huh?
He is one of the few Canadian greats.
Chad Kroeger?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're a Nickelback fan?
Yeah. I went to their concert when they came in. I went to the Dome.
Right, of course you did. What was the Nickelback song again? This is how...
You remind me.
Remind me of what I
guarantee you.
And Chad Kruger's got this thing. I've been wrong.
I can never understand like the hate that Nickelback get, because Chad Kruger, I mean, if you had a talent like that and you're capitalizing on it.
No, I've got no problem with Chad Kruger. I'm just saying versus Bon Jovi. I think, listen.
I think they're both equally good showmen.
I don't know.
Bon Jovi, when he came here, he was told to get off the stage. Like, he went on for 3.5 hours.
No, Bon Jovi is awesome and has gotten a lot of people action because that music. Hey, Bon Jovi is the perfect, let's just hang out and get dynamic.
Think it's a little more than hang out. I think, like,
hang in.
Invented air guitar. Like,
yeah, no, but Bon Jovi's that's... John Bon Jovi and John Mayer, they are underpaid for what they've done for ladies and gents around the world. Because Netflix and chill, before that, there was John Mayer, and boy, oh boy, that guy.
Is it now? What is it now? John Mayer and chill, or
no, it's over now for John. I mean, it's Netflix.
Must have been love.
Everyone's great. What's the other one he does? The World one. What's it called? It's got World in there.
Who are we talking about? John Mayer.
John Mayer. Yeah. My World something, isn't it?
John Mayer.
Yeah, John Mayer. Come on.
Know.
You are my world. What does he say?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use this one tool that they invented a couple of years ago.
Google.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. No, he's... Hey, John Mayer, all-timer, hey? He gets so much hate, though, because he's handsome and...
Waiting on the world to change.
Waiting on the world to change. That guy...
He actually used to have like an Instagram podcast.
Who?
That John Mayer, back in the day, I think it might have actually been during lockdown or just before lockdown. He used to have, I don't know, something, mood sessions or something, and he would literally just get on and try and host the show on his own on his Instagram Live. I used to tune in.
Yeah, he was with Jennifer Aniston, and then he had to buy a ranch, huh? Because like everyone gives Jennifer Aniston a break, but it does seem once you've been with Jennifer Aniston, things get tough because Brad Pitt gained all that weight, and then like his midlife crisis with Angelina, but John Mayer, after the whole Jennifer Aniston, he had to buy a ranch. Just like, I need to get away from all people.
I have breaking news.
No, you don't.
I do.
Break it immediately.
I do.
Break it immediately.
I didn't even have time to get a tweet. Steven Gerrard is officially the Aston Villa.
All right, let's get back to sport. I know nothing about pop culture. The great Steven Gerrard. Where's number 8? James probably still has Steven Gerrard underpants today in 2021. He's a very, very old man at 25, quarter of a century, but he idolizes Steven Gerrard. Gerrard is everything to James and to many. The one and only Stevie G. They, at Anfield they still say, Steven Gerrard, he hits it so effing hard. He hits it from 30 yards. Steven Gerrard, the great player Steven Gerrard, Rangers manager, took him to move to Scotland to win a title. But okay, who am I to judge? He is one of the greatest of all time. Could have come to Chelsea. We could have maybe had a dynasty, maybe won 5 in a row. Him, Lampard, Makelele, and Essien. But all right, we all make our choices. He is now officially the Aston Villa manager. The great Steven Gerrard has made his move. He says, I'm done in Scotland. I've done my undergrad. It is time for my honours degree at Aston Villa. It is quite a thing, ladies and gentlemen. The second city, Birmingham, is crying out for a hero. So I'll tell you why I think this will work, actually. So first of all, one of my favourite artists of all time, Bonnie Tyler, has maybe one of the greatest ballads of all time. It's I Need a Hero. It's a bit of a ballad, but it turns into a bit of a let's go song. But everybody needs a hero. And Aston Villa... Champions League winning club, by the way. A lot of people don't realize that 80s, 70s, 80s, Aston Villa, for real. They're for real. Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, they big time. And Birmingham, the second city, are crying out. Those Midlands are crying out for a hero. Steven Gerrard goes to Aston Villa immediately and becomes a hero. And the first comparison people jump to is what? Look what happened with Lampard at Chelsea. And I say, these situations are completely different. Relax. Now, I said 2 days ago that if I was Steven Gerrard, I wouldn't take the job, but I gave it a little bit more thought. And I thought to myself, Frank Lampard took the Chelsea job too soon. Because what happened with Lampard is that he actually didn't give the Chelsea fans time to forget what a great player he was. because he was back quite quickly. You know what I mean? And what the Chelsea fans had was the player still in mind. Now what's happened in football and what Gerrard has done brilliantly is he's giving actually the Liverpool, because we know he wants the Liverpool job, right? Like, let's not mess around. He's giving the Liverpool fans time to go, this is what kind of manager I am. And that's completely different from what player was. Lampard almost came back too quickly. And the fans immediately saw through it, because fans love Chelsea. They don't love Frank Lampard. And listen, Steven Gerrard has carried that city forever. He's seen everybody come and go. Gerrard understands with the fans. What does he understand? The fans love Liverpool, not Steven Gerrard. As much as he's Steven Gerrard, he's a very smart man. He carried that city. So for me, where I think he's been smart is that Steven Gerrard is a cult hero, but he's not a cult hero at Aston Villa. What does that mean? He gets more time immediately. He gets more time immediately because the expectations are Rangers, and let's see how it goes. Plus, he's a little bit of a Premier League hero, so he'll give himself that extra 18 months or so. But it's not his own people, because let me tell you something, folks. If you're honest with yourself, you're more passionate, positive and negative, when you love somebody. If somebody's your friend, okay. If somebody's an acquaintance, if somebody makes you angry at work, you're angry the next day, it's a fist bump, you get on with it. When your wife, your girlfriend, your neighbor, your mother makes you angry, you know how you get. So Steven Gerrard has actually done it, I believe, the right way. But I think there's a template for what Gerrard is doing, which we mustn't forget. Sir Alex Ferguson, have you heard of him? What Steven Gerrard has done brilliantly is he has learned, even though at a lower level, he's learned how to win. Folks, he won the title at Rangers, and that is demanding. He was on his way to a second one here at Rangers, and that is demanding. Listen, Glasgow Rangers are demanding. So he's learned what it's like not only to win, but to also manage winners, even though it's at that level. Frank Lampard had never done that at Derby, and it's a massive, massive difference. So I think this is an awesome thing. And I think Aston Villa and Birmingham, right, they're going to give him time because it's been so long. Listen, Birmingham are terrible. Aston Villa are a massive club, and they are desperate for a hero. Let me tell you something Steven Gerrard has right now. It's called leverage. And I want to tell you the unique difference between Lampard and Gerrard. Frank Lampard never carried a city. That's one thing where the pressure came, he didn't know what to do. Steven Gerrard carried a city for 20 years. He knows the demands. Frank Lampard had Drogba, Essien, Makelele, Cole, Cech, Terry, and Ivanovic to help him on the way. I didn't even count Ballack. Steven Gerrard, the only person Steven Gerrard ever had, the only person he ever had was Xabi Alonso. The whole time he was carrying everything, right? Yes, Fernando Torres, but that was 15 minutes. That was nothing. Suarez, he's a cannibal. He's not a leader. Steven Gerrard carried a city. He knows how to deal with pressure. Frank Lampard, the first time he was left alone, it was very, very difficult. So I think it's a different circumstance and a different person. Now, James, I don't know if you're Steven Gerrard's biggest fan officially in the world, but you do love Steven Gerrard, huh?
I do. I honestly, I was going through Twitter now and just looking at what people were saying, and honestly, just looking at some of these pictures, it's giving me goosebumps, and I'm so excited
to have him back in the league.
I'm so excited, dude.
How do you think it's going to go at Aston Villa?
So what I was busy saying yesterday, and I realized I never actually made my point completely, because we moved on to Serena Williams, I think.
Don't speak about Serena Williams like that. She's the greatest female tennis player of all time.
Well, okay, so I was going to say something, and I've learned this week that I need to...
that's because you try to derail our show by mentioning what you think is a pyramid scheme.
I didn't say anything.
Well, you did say their name. You said their name on the show.
No, I didn't.
There might be legal implications, So now we can't have that again. And now you're gonna talk down Serena Williams. That's unbelievable. Like, James, what is in your heart? You are a good guy.
Hatred.
How do you talk down Serena Williams? How do you find a negative about... Listen, she is pretty painful to listen to, but from a sporting point of view, are you joking? She's... top 50 greatest athletes of all time?
Well, okay. I didn't say she was terrible at what she does, did I?
No, well,
Anyway, Steven Gerrard.
Yes. Oh.
So, what I was saying yesterday was that I think what he's done here is a fantastic move. I think at Villa the expectations aren't as high as they are or would be at Chelsea, and it gives him a taste of Premier League football before there are massive expectations and dealing with people like John W. Henry or whoever he manages after Villa. I think it's good. I think I'm excited. I think it's a 3-year deal.
Yep.
And a lot of these pictures on the Twitter make me very, very excited. 1 month from now, it's Liverpool, Aston Villa at Anfield. So Gerrard's returning. I can't stop smiling. I'm genuinely super excited.
Yeah, you do love Gerrard, huh? I mean, listen, James, obviously I've got a racket now. A lot of people thinking I don't know what's going on in tennis.
You're not making a noise.
Oh, very good. Very good. That's very, very good what you've done there.
Nice.
Tristan Ilsley says, looking forward to James Ilsley's hero, Gerrard, giving Liverpool a hiding on December 11, just to bring James back down to earth a little bit. Now, James, tricky situation there for you, pal. Tricky. It's as tricky as a Serena backhand because you think she's going down the line, but she goes cross court and then she just wraps it up and probably gets the ball and serves again, and you're out of here. That's Serena serving.
Oh, I thought that was a bird dying.
Oh, have you listened to women's tennis?
Why are you talking down female tennis players now?
It's terrible. It's unwatchable. Women's tennis is unwatchable, not because of the product. It is. You got to turn the volume off.
Anyone listening to the podcast currently?
Yep.
I do apologize for the. Can you call them moans or sounds?
Moans, yeah. Because I think grunting's for men, hey?
The decibel. Why is it for men? We're
no,
in
because grunting is.
No.
You know a guy called Gustavo. Is that sexist?
We can't call aliens nowadays. So that might be sexist. I don't know.
It's a good point. I'm not saying women cannot grunt, but it's just most women's high-pitched voices can't get the... You know a guy called Gustavo Kuerten? Brazilian dude. Bit of a Lothario. Looks like he should be on the FHM cover. Anyway, he used to have the...
What did he used to do that he used to have that...
Oh, he used to play tennis. And then,
now. Okay.
Yeah, that's more of a grunt. And then the ladies are...
What would you call that sound that only the ladies supposedly make?
I don't know. It's a good question. A racket. We already used that joke. All right. Mbulelo Gavin says, if Premier League managers were to form a squad as players, they would finish top 6. That's a great point. I mean, let's start at the top, right? Is Pep Guardiola. He's at Man City. Moisey was a very good player himself. Where Conte's top 50 midfielders of all time in football. I mean, a leader of Juventus and Lecce in that great 90s of Italian football and an Italian captain. Who have we got now? Who else? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, great player. Steven Gerrard. Lampard's not in the Premier League anymore because Roman said.
John Terry still at Aston Villa?
He left. He left Aston Villa.
He's moved on, huh?
Yeah. He crossed that bridge.
Steve Bruce has also left.
Yeah, Bruce is out.
Actually, so I've got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Actually, not for you. Now that another Liverpool or a Liverpool legend is back in the Premier League, I just want to know how that makes Manchester United fans feel. Senzo, how does it make you feel?
I'd have to agree.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. Long neck, that Senzo. Or do you just want to stay in the bubble for now? Because there is a chance where he goes to Aston Villa where they've got that Egyptian bloke and the guy who's an investment banker in America who've just invested in Aston Villa. They're not mucking about, right? There's also going to be some expectation. Is there any part of you that thinks, oh no, there goes my hero. He's a terrible manager. What if that happens? Do you think less of Gerrard?
So currently, as I was going through the Twitter and looking at all the images of everything going down.
Yeah.
I'm in that bubble, but I think as the season goes on, I'm going to get to a point where it's, his form throughout the season, I will obviously keep an eye on. And depending which way that goes, I suppose. Look, it'll suck if he does really badly because
he'll get fired.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think Liverpool would give him a second look until Lord knows how long down the line again.
I mean, you went through some pretty bad ones after Julio, hey? You guys have been in a slump. Rodgers was the end of the slump. You went through some bad managers, so why not let one of your own come and look after you? You even went back to Kenny Dalglish for crying in a bucket.
We did do that.
Yeah, so, give Stevie G a go.
I did catch one of the shows while I was away.
Uh-huh.
And I happened to come across, and I think you make a good point. You said, how long is Jurgen Klopp going to be staying on for?
Uh-huh.
So maybe this is a good opportunity, fresh.
I
fresh
see. Like build Gerrard now, and then next year when Jurgen does his thing, then Stevie G's ready.
Yeah, get him ready. Pretty much like Conte, how they lined that up so quickly.
Well, Jurgen I think his contract ends end of next season.
That's what I'm saying. So you're saying end of next season, Steven Gerrard in regardless. We don't care what Jurgen wants.
But that's why I'm saying it's a good move for him to do this, because he's not going into a Chelsea Football Club or a Liverpool or whatever it is. He's got roughly 2 years, just short of 2 years now, to get used to the Premier League, learn how tough it actually is as a manager, and he's got how many years of Premier League experience does he have?
As a player, though.
Exactly.
What does that mean? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has spent over 400 million pounds, and they are worse somehow.
Yeah, but you could sort of predict the intensity of games.
Oh, so you're saying Ollie's not Gerrard? Is that what you're saying?
I'm done talking about OGS. There's no hope
so
there.
You hate Ollie, huh?
But
tennis.
You can't underestimate Aston Villa, though. It's still a massive club.
Yeah, no,
there's a lot of
They
pressure. It's not a derby situation.
Yeah. It's not Man United.
They did hand us 7 goals, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I forget that they beat you 7-2. I didn't forget.
No, I'm not underestimating Aston Villa. I'm just saying the expectations there are different to what the expectations would be under Roman Abramovich.
I don't know. I feel like they could be pretty similar. It's obviously just larger scale clubs.
Yeah, listen, these two guys that have taken over, so we must just look them up in the break, by the way. It is a super aggressive Egyptian bloke and an American guy. I think he was with BlackRock before. You're not coming here to... There's no... You're a legend. You're not a legend to investment bankers. They do not care about people, and we saw that. The only annoying thing, and I do respect Steven Gerrard, is that we're going to have to hear him talking about Europe. We got to Europe with Jamie Carragher. Got to Europe.
The boys played really well.
It's Aston Villa. Jeez. It's COVID time. Stop spitting on everyone, Stevie.
I'm really proud of the boys.
Jamie Carragher, he spat at the woman in the car.
Jordan Henderson.
Jordan didn't spit the woman in the car like Carragher.
And he always starts the sentences with the,
Because you know why he starts it like that? Because from Europe. This is the MKT show. Serena Williams sounds like this. I just want to thank John Mayer for the amount of dudes and ladies out there who got some action back in the 90s and the noughties because of him. So, because people won't thank John Mayer, you know, and I'm humble enough to say, John Mayer, thank you. You've done more for society than you'll ever know, way more than Chad Kruger, who's not bad. Like, I mean, Chad Kruger's not bad, but John Mayer, are you kidding me? So, Ryan, I know you are... oh my goodness! How could I forget? Ryan's back, right? From his first trip, obviously with his mates. Congratulations to your friend. I hope their marriage... so Ryan's friend engaged, now proposed to his lady. It's a beautiful thing. You know what? I don't want you to say their names because it puts too much pressure on the marriage. And 50% of marriages end in divorce. And I don't want, you know... Obviously, I'm not wishing that for them. I'm just saying, like if you say their names and then people look them up in 4 years' time. Yeah. I don't want that to happen. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, no, I feel you. Okay, but I have a feeling this one's going to be a strong one.
Oh, man, I mean, that's a 50-50 shout. Not because of what I'm saying, it's because of the divorce rate. It really is a 50-50 shout. But obviously, the type of energy I want to push their way is that I hope they turn 145 together, because by that time there'll be androids and we'll be able to be like Elon Musk in space, right? Or whatever. We'll plug into a robot. It's Dragon Ball Z. And we're just taking off 145. Like, oh, you look so young for 112. You know what I mean? That's just going to be normal. Like, you know, people say now, like, 60 is the new 40 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, in a couple of years' time, when they're married and whatever, they're having their third kid, 112 will be the new 89, you know?
Yeah.
So, shout out to them for doing their thing. However, having said that, Ryan... Did the discussion of you needing a partner for weddings happen at all? Were there any people putting pressure on you? Because I know you are looking to change that from single to it's complicated in life right now.
Well,
oh my goodness, what happened, Ryan?
Well, I mean, I was at another engagement, therefore it's another wedding.
Yeah.
And then the first night I was there. We're actually... That video I sent through where I was having the drinks?
Yes.
About 3 hours after that, we kind of crashed a bachelorette.
He told me the full story.
Whoa. All right. Okay. Rewind.
So we kind of got invited to...
Whoa. You don't get to do what you did there, because now you're trying to do what James should have done with his breakup story from Dubai. And Ryan's great at this. He'll get in early so he can sort of control the narrative. I'm not going to let you do it, Ryan. I work in the media business. I know exactly how it works, pal. Just hold your brakes there, because I've got immediate questions from what you're saying.
James's Dubai thing. It's crazy.
No. Wait. I just have one question.
Yes.
What do you mean you kind of crashed? You either... So what? There were a whole bunch of ladies at an awesome place, which is where you were at, and you kind of just happened as 4 or 5 of you and your mates kind of crashed their party. Yeah, kind of. I'm sure it was like, oh, we meant to go home, but here we are amongst 30 good-looking ladies.
It wasn't that many, but we were just on the beach, minding our own business. And you didn't even notice the ladies going wild.
No, we didn't notice. You were just minding your own business.
This is Cape Town. But we're from Joburg. We don't want to... It's quite cliquey in Cape Town, so we don't want to go and just chat to anyone. And then we were approached by the soon-to-be bride and one of the other... bachelorettes.
Oh, I like where this is going. Did you tell them you're from the West Rand of Joburg?
Long story short, I got invited to another wedding.
Whoa!
So let's just say that's not the only thing. That's not the only invite that was around.
Okay, James, I like that you spilling the beans about Ryan's private life, which I can see now he didn't want you to share. Now, Ryan, okay, we don't need names. We don't like let's keep it private because we want to respect the lady or guy. By the way, I'm open to whatever date you're going on. Like, that's cool.
Sure.
What happened? I mean, are we talking about a date here?
No. They approached us and asked us if we were famous. And I was like, well, I
Wow.
was on the MKT show.
Yes.
One
And
of the biggest shows. And they didn't recognize it at first.
yes.
Then once I showed them the channel, I was like, like, subscribe.
Yeah. Did you get them to? Did they subscribe?
Did we get those subscribers? Is the question.
I hope so. I did put it out there, but I was about 7 Long Islands in. So
I mean, you still got to get focused, stay focused. Do you put the first show first or not? I mean, it's got to be your life. But now tell me this, Ryan. So, I mean, I like how you try to skip out the middle, but I'm happy to go back because I do have. I mean, I got a big head, big brain, good memory. A lot of people say Fort Knox in here. I do not forget anything. So now, talk me into it. Okay, boom, boom, boom. 7 Long Island iced teas. Yeah, Cape Town. And then I know once the sun's starting to set, those DJs are rocking. What club were you at there, by the way?
Grand Beach.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I love Grand Beach.
Oh, who doesn't? I mean, that is...
We used to go to Shimmy's, but Shimmy's closed down.
And it's a little scummy, actually. It got a bit scummy towards the end of Shimmy Beach. So I think you were at the right place.
Yeah.
So now, these ladies, you got invited to their wedding.
Well, I got invited to the bride's wedding. Yes.
By who?
By the bride.
And she'd like you to go with who?
Well, then what are you guys doing on, I don't know.
When is the wedding?
To be honest, my friend who was with me, he says the 5th. I heard the 12th. Honestly, I can't remember. So, but I don't even think I can't leave again unless it's on a weekend. And even
But now,
then, that's
tell me this. Is it soon, like December?
Yeah, it's December 5th or the 12th.
Oh, that's tough because Ryan, you're gonna have to be here for that because let me let me say this. James isn't going to be here. You're going to have to be here.
No. No, but that's why I was saying.
Having said that, Ryan, I'm on your side. Who are you going with? Were there terms and conditions for you coming to the wedding? I mean, I feel like there's a story here. Nobody's just going to invite you. Is there more to the story?
Well, not really. There was no date mentioned.
Okay.
Per se. It was just like, will you guys come to the wedding? They thought my friend and I were famous, and I was like, but why would you think that? And they were like, well, look at the way you dress.
Yeah, no, you were rocking that Kobe, the limited
I was
edition
rocking
black.
the Kobe, and I was the Japanese,
Plus, you got the tats.
Yeah, I got the tattoo. Yeah.
Plus, you went for that overpriced haircut. I mean, let's cut back.
This was before the haircut.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. I was just as shocked as you were.
No. I'm not shocked that you got the ladies because it makes sense to me. You're a great guy, good-looking guy. So I'm not shocked at all about that. So what I'm shocked about is that a lady's invited you to a wedding before the haircut. I'm not surprised that the ladies came and spoke to you. So but you do, right? You do kind of have that look like you could be a music producer for like J-Lo.
No, that's what they said. They said that we dress. They said we don't look like a regular Cape Townian. So I was like, well, what's a regular Cape Townian?
White guys. Let me translate. You don't look like vanilla white guys. Like if you were there with James, they would have probably ignored you. Like,
button-up shirt.
Yeah,
shorts.
look at that normal white guy. But thing about you, Ryan, you got a little that extra spice, and you are from the West Rand. So that, I'm afraid, is you cannot hide that. So you got that. You got that little bit extra juice. Yeah, I'm saying, my man.
Yeah, I learned this weekend.
Yeah, no, you certainly, you don't carry yourself, and I do love that about you. So Ryan, new wedding. Hey, new wedding, new opportunities. Even if James isn't here, Ryan, if it's headed that way with a lady, I'm willing to sacrifice the show for you to go.
Oh, yeah, there.
I mean, we won't sacrifice it because we'll still have the show. But
no, sure.
Because I want you to be happy because the happier Ryan, better show. Yeah. So I want you to go and meet more ladies. Remember, my suggestion was every wedding you go to, you should be taking a different lady. But just like James, you're not good at taking feedback. You told me that.
No, well, that's not what I said. And you brought it up on the GCS the other day.
Well, you did say that. Well, what did you say? You said I'm not good at taking feedback.
No, all I said was if I'm going to do something, I want to do it on my own terms. So
no. Whoa. That's a lie. James, I can see your face you're making. Do you remember Ryan saying these words verbatim? I'm not good at taking feedback, quote unquote. Yes or no, James?
I don't want to be that guy.
Oh, okay.
Listen.
James, I'm the owner of the show. Ryan's just the guy on the show. Did he say that or not?
I answered the question.
Did you say yes or no?
I said he did.
He did say it. You did, Ryan.
I just said I didn't want to be that guy.
No, but I just remember saying, if I'm going to set up a date myself, I can do it myself. I don't need anyone setting me up dates or telling me what to do or how to do it.
Ryan, this is so awesome. Now, after the show, we need to know. I need to see photos. I need to know when the wedding is, and we'll see if it's content. So, hey, Ryan, you did work on that situation, and here's to hoping that next time we see you, you're booed up.
James, that Dubai situation sounds complicated. I don't know.
I've never been to Dubai. I don't know what. I'm not sure what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we will sort that out. But shout out to Ryan. He may be transitioning from single to it's complicated a little quicker. But Ryan, I'll tell you what the secret is. Please don't go to this wedding and then take that person to the next wedding. Stick to the plan, pal. Right? Let me tell you a life lesson, Ryan. The hardest part, right, about having a plan is sticking to the plan. Because a lot of people have plans. Stick to the plan. Because I know you might go to this wedding. Oh, it's the new guy. Oh, guys, he's on a great sports show. Now you get caught up. 2 or 3 ladies now want to hit you up. And you get caught up in the whirlwind of being the new guy. Stick to the plan. Go to that wedding. 2 numbers maybe. I'd imagine a guy that looks like you probably get 5 numbers. Just take one lady to the next wedding. The second wedding, you take a different lady. Do not get caught up in your first investment being your best investment. Yeah, I'm saying.
No, I feel you. Cape Town people are also just very different. I don't know. In Joburg, you'd never be approached.
Yeah, them ladies.
I was a bit out of my own comfort zone there, being approached by.
But why? Well, on a serious note, what are you talking about?
In Joburg, people aren't really approachable, I'd say.
Yeah, no, they're not.
How do you feel about that?
Well, James doesn't approach anybody because he's a good Christian boy.
That and I'm always just a nervous ball of anxiety.
James is terrible at being in public. I mean, the first day I met him at I can't say it. I know the lady at Tasha's. And the guy was just a wreck. Now, James, were you nervous when we first met because I was making you nervous, or you were just at a restaurant? Because it was ridiculous how nervous you were.
Probably a combination of the two. I don't like lots of things going on.
Okay, so it wasn't me, because I mean, I'm not the most intimidating person.
Then it's also like I was meeting the person I'm working for and with for the next considerable while.
How was that, James? I mean, I was pretty nice to you. Hey,
that was a good. We had a good time.
We did have a good time.
We had many discussions.
Yes.
I told you I was funny. Remember?
Yeah, it's terrible. First thing you did, you still haven't paid me back for that lunch, by the way. Oh, sorry. Is that not how it works? All right, listen, gents. Let's move into social media. There's a lot happening on planet Earth right now. Let's be very, very clear. All right, guys, what you guys got for me on social media and the likes? Jimbo, what's going on the socials?
Javi Hernandez.
Yes. Xavi, though. Hard X there.
Is the only story I've got, and then the rest, Ryan's got a whole bunch of pop culture things for you.
That's excellent.
I got to help Ryan find the photo.
All right.
Wait, he's there. No, go up.
Are you now directing the show on the air? I mean, I think we should cut to you guys in the back there, just so people can see what I'm working with. So Ryan is on the 1s and 2s, and he listen, Ryan just came back. He's possibly got 4 or 5 dates lined up now. I didn't really delve too much into how many numbers his tattoo got him. He was 7 Long Island iced teas in, and Ryan is one of the nicest people I've ever met. Very easy. Lady, if there's one thing I know about ladies, they do like nice people, and Ryan is exactly that. Plus, he looks like he could be a producer. He might have made the beat for WAP, so that gives him that edge. New boss, Xavi Hernandez, he's got 10 rules that stars must follow after taking charge. Jimbo, do we have those 10 rules?
We do.
Right.
We do.
Start at number 10, because we can kind of approach it like we approach what are the ones that Jesus and the guys, the commandments?
The commandments.
Yeah, it was Moses, hey?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's do it like that. Start at number 10.
At number 10, players must arrive 90 minutes before training starts, which I suppose in a lot of people like your eyes is fair enough.
Nope. Actually, so I'll tell you, having played professional football, it is a very rare thing for players to arrive early. Very, very rare. Even at the very top level, footballers are the biggest divas in the world. They get there on time. Now, when I was at Watford, Ashley Young, I think I've told the story before. Ashley Young used to be there with us as the juniors and then still go to first team training and then still be at training afterwards. So that's very, very rare to get that. So that rule, people think that would just be what it is, right? Nope. So Xavi, it's a good thing because footballers do need rules. All right, number 10, be on time. I've tried to put this into people, but they tell me I'm ridiculous. I mean, I always say an hour, but 90 minutes makes sense. And if the greatest midfielder of all time, I believe he's the greatest midfielder of all time, and Xavi Hernandez says it, maybe you should listen. We'll see how it goes. Young people now are just divas. You can't tell them anything.
And then number 2. So players.
Number 9.
How much?
Number 9.
Sorry, I was doing it in my head. I was doing it then.
Okay, yeah.
So the players must arrive at Hoppus 9.
Uh-huh.
Number 9,
Uh-huh.
the staff must arrive 2 hours before training starts.
Right, makes sense there. Because listen, the one thing you learn in psychology is that, especially top performers, what they need is repetition and comfort. That is where they get into the flow state early. They need to get there, warm up. And really, the great thing about Alex Ferguson, everybody always says it, is that whenever the Man United legendary players used to come, Fergie was already there, and they say they would leave, and he was still in his office. So you need that authority. And ultimately, here's the thing, right? In life, I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying to get better at it. Never. You cannot ask greatness of people if you're not willing to do it yourself. Don't ask things of others if you aren't willing to do it yourself. All great leaders do it like that. Jeff Bezos, we know the story about him and how he worked for his company. So it makes sense to me. Well, what's next, Jimbo?
Okay, so this one is obviously, I don't know if it's a trial and error thing, but it says players must eat at the club's training ground.
Yep.
They want to be able to monitor the players' diets. And also prevent injuries from flaring up.
Yep.
And I also think this is cool because maybe in the past they were given the option to go home and eat or whatever it is, right? But I also think it might instill that the Barcelona way thing back into the players because you're doing lunch again, you're doing bus trips again, all of this stuff is happening together, and I think it sort of rebuilds that Barcelona way, which I think's been lost.
Well said. What's the next rule?
Wow, look at that. Didn't have to say much. Fines have returned. So, fines for minor, serious, or very serious misdemeanors disappeared after Luis Enrique's departure in 2017. The thinking was that the footballers are professional enough to know how to behave. Xavi has seen it differently and is approaching it the same way his coach, Pep Guardiola, did at the same Barcelona.
I believe it's Xavi.
Xavi.
It's not a hard X.
I always struggle to say this. Is it Xavi? Xavi.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say Mr. Hernandez.
Xavi Hernandez, because you now, especially if we're going to get La Liga guys on our show, I mean, we do have the official ball here. We do have to say it right. He's also the greatest midfielder of all time. I mean, James, have some respect.
So I'm not Spanish.
Why? Are you saying you're not going to Barcelona?
Well, maybe one day.
Oh, well, why? You're not going to watch him play against Real Madrid?
Why are we doing this thing now?
What are you talking about? The fact that Real Madrid have a good squad?
Real Madrid?
Yeah, Real Madrid. Are you saying Xavi Hernandez from Barcelona is a good manager?
I'm saying Mr. Hernandez is a good manager, yeah.
Yeah, no, he is a good manager. But I do think that's a very, very good point from Xavi there, is that, listen, they are not professional enough. One of the guys he has in his team was caught playing PlayStation during practice of being bought for £110 million, guy called, and he's injured again now, Dembele, Ousmane Dembele, who is a Maverick. So, nope, greatness comes at a price. I'm totally with him there. What's the next rule?
Next rule is fines will be doubled each time for the same misdemeanor. Players' fines will double each time they're responsible for the same misdemeanor. For example, if a player is late for training, he will initially pay a fine of €100. That will increase to 200 the second time, 400 the next time, and so on.
Listen, the time thing is this, right? Is that if you can't respect people's time, it's the one thing you can't get back, right? Really, when you're late, it's difficult to explain this to people because I'm a bit of an extremist. When you're late, everybody thinks it's disrespectful of the other person. No. What it shows you is what you think of yourself. So what Xavi is saying is, no, you are disrespecting yourself by being late because you should have standards. You should say, I care about how I represent myself enough never to be late. And at this level, if you want to win, everything matters. At this level, you want to win. Everything matters all the time. It's what makes Pep Guardiola intolerable to so many players. He's on you all the time. So this sounds like Pep. What's next?
So just a last thing about the fines. Apparently, some fines reached a whopping 6,000 euros during Luis Enrique's time in charge. So it went from 100 euros all the way to 6,000. How many times must you be late? You could work it out. I did maths lit.
Yeah, it's basically like not doing maths. Listen, Luis Enrique, when was the last time they won a treble?
Fair enough.
Under Luis Enrique, because winning's a brutal thing.
Discipline.
It's the only thing. People say it's the only thing. Without discipline, you're nothing.
James would know. He paid the 6,000 price.
Oh, that's tough. I mean, I don't know. Yesterday was Dubai. See, I wasn't going to bring it back up.
What? Even Sean said in the meeting, is this Attack James Day? No, it's not, guys.
Tell him, James. Tell him, sister, you don't need no man. All right, what's the next rule? That's good. That's Serena as well.
Yeah. Players must be home before midnight, 2 days before a game. I think pretty self-explanatory there.
Well, I mean, it's not Tonya Conte who said players shouldn't be having sex the night before a game. And also, I think it was Frank Rijkaard. He tried that with Ronaldinho. And, well, he's Ronaldinho.
Another one to reinstill the Barcelona culture, the Barcelona way, whatever you want to call it. Players must give their all in training. I like that one. That one's cool.
Yeah.
Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
It's not what the article says.
Yep.
Will demand 100% effort from each and every player in training sessions. Those who fail to impress with their work ethic will be benched or left out of the squad entirely. Players must compete just as hard in training as they do in matches.
Well, one thing I enjoyed about going to and playing sport from early on, right, is that effort is the one thing that is a choice. It doesn't matter where you're from. Effort is a choice. And part of discipline, and I love what he's doing here, is that your best should be your default setting, but not everybody has that mindset. Not everybody's intrinsically driven. And it sounds like, listen, if he sticks to this, you have to give them 2 or 3 years and they'll be back at the top. Because if you can get talented people to try hard, which is impossible, by the way, because talented people do not like to do effort, they'll be winning very, very soon. All right, what's the next rule?
Number 3.
Yeah.
Players' off-field activities will be monitored. So it says, while it's fine for Barcelona's players to enjoy their free time, Mr. Hernandez doesn't want players making private trips that take several hours by plane during the season without his permission. If players' off-field activities start affecting their performances, they'll find themselves supervised by the club's coaching staff, which sounds terrible.
Well, I think what he can't actually say is, guys, you cannot meet Instagram booty models and be flying to Ibiza to meet them, like on a Champions League week. You know what I mean? You come straight home. There's enough, because he knows he's a footballer. He knows what guys we're up to in the off season. Like, come on, lads, we Barcelona, you know. So Instagram booty models, though, as sportsmen, they just cannot stay away from them. It's gonna get you. It'll get you. It's tough. Got all the money in the world as well.
Number 2, risky activities are no longer acceptable. Players will no longer be able to participate in risky activities such as surfing or riding an electric bike. Those who ignore this rule will potentially be in breach of their contract, and serious repercussions could follow.
Yeah, that's well. I mean, Ryan, you're about to engage in something. The biggest risk in life is perhaps get into a relationship and put your heart on the line. So maybe you're an expert at taking risks. You're willing to sort of hand your heart to a lady. So what do you think of Xavi's policy?
I think it's probably the safest option.
What's that? Getting in a relationship?
No. Don't get involved in any risk activities.
Okay. So you're saying
they already get overpaid. Now they must go and take a chance on the skateboard.
So, but you're a bit of a hypocrite because you're willing to find love and take a chance on somebody, which is the biggest risk in life. So you're saying risking is good enough for you, but not for Barcelona players, huh?
No. All I said was I'm being peer pressured into finding dates for weddings. That's all I said.
You're not being peer pressured. We just want the best for you.
James.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Nice.
All right. Do we have one more rule there from Mr. Hernandez?
I nearly fell. Last rule. A good image is essential. Players and coaching staff must set an example in public. They must be
Oh boy. Saint Studians, huh?
empathic. It says empathic.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Yes.
Wow. Empathic with fans and comply with the rules of conduct at all times, which is very much like a schoolboy thing about be neat and wear your tracksuits.
Now, that's James's trauma coming from having gone to St. Stidians, and he's a creative because St. Stidians expect you to wear a basher outside, even when you go shopping on the weekend. If you're a boarder, those types of schools, if you are a boarding school kid, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So Mbulela Gavin says, if Messi was still in the team, those rules wouldn't apply to him. Well, let me say this. You know, it's quite insulting to a lot of people to say they're talented, right? People think Leo Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo didn't work hard. Is that the reason Leo Messi is what he is? Because we've seen Ravel Morrison. We've seen talent like Leo Messi before. Raw talent. We've seen that before. But Leo Messi had Carlos Puyol, Xavi Hernandez when he came in, the great Pep Guardiola, Samuel Eto'o, Yaya Toure. He had men who had done it. So that talent, they said, whoa, not here, pal. If you want it, you get in line, and then the talent can shine through. So I'd love to probably speak about that a little more. Let's finish off on what Xavi's trying to do. Folks, winning is rare. Winning is impossible. That's why there's only one, right, ever who wins. There's only one Jeff Bezos. There's only one Elon Musk. There's only one Warren Buffett. It's because they are willing to sacrifice more and be different. Everybody who thinks Xavi's being ridiculous, winning's not for you. And I understand it. Winning's not for you. Let me give you a simple formula for winning. How much are you willing to sacrifice? That's how close you'll get to winning. Simple as that. You sacrifice everything. You sacrifice family, you sacrifice life. I live in an era in the world where people say work-life balance. Cool. It means you don't want to win. Let me just tell you now for free. You don't want to win. And by the way, some people are made to just participate. Xavi Hernandez said, not me, not here, not at this football club. So I absolutely love it for Barcelona. Now, that's all good and well to have that. Are you any good at coaching, Xavi? We will find out, because actually Stephen Covey said the main thing is to keep the main thing, and that's football. Let's see how that goes. This is the MKT Show. Ryan's on his way to Pleasure Palace. Okay, I got to apologize a little bit because I said Ryan's on his way to Pleasure Palace, and I like Ryan. That makes it sound like you go into a place where, you know, the massage ends up in a whole different situation, and I don't think that's where you're going. You're trying to find love, and you know, and I'm now sort of making a whole shambles of it.
Yeah, I was wondering where you were going with that comment.
I found love in a special place.
You know, James is awfully happy to see me today. Were you putting him on the spot a lot while I was away?
No, maybe he's got feelings towards you, Ryan. Well, what about that? Maybe be open to that.
I think that Dubai thing really sparked something.
Oh my gosh!
So now he's trying to edge it all on me.
Ryan, you can't deflect.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, Ryan, learn to accept. If James loves you, you must learn to accept that, embrace it. A big part of loving is allowing yourself to be loved as well, right? So you're probably gonna have to work on that before ladies that you met on the beach invite you to maybe another wedding afterwards.
Yeah, or else if you don't learn to accept and love people, you're gonna end up like Sense, or who's all cold and alone.
Yeah,
Ryan.
he's
cold
very,
and alone.
Oh no, look at that. He has to wrap himself up in an African summer. He says, Sense says, I'm not gonna talk too much today. I've got a long face, but I'm gonna put a scarf on. It's 30 degrees, about 95 degrees if you're in a part of the world that still, for whatever reason, uses the imperial system. Absolutely pathetic to still be using, why are they using ounces?
Also, Manchester's blue. Why are we...
Oh my gosh. Ryan, way to kick a man while he's down. All right, Yonda Ndigi says, hello. I had some important things to take care of. What have I missed? Now, Yonda, before we get back into what we missed, I'm happy to give you a show update. If you are joining us for the first time, let's trick YouTube into thinking we're a good show. Please, if you're with us, click the up thumb. That means you like this show. Or the down thumb. Just respond. Do one of the two. I'll give you 1 second now. All right, you've obviously pushed like. That's good news for us because the algorithm, as Xavi Hernandez might say in Barcelona, is working in our favor.
I didn't see the like count go up. We should wait another 5 seconds in silence. Just absolute silence.
Oh no, the like count did not go up one bit. I mean, are people even with us at this stage? Now, am I right to be depressed about that? Oh no. Oh man. It's terrible.
Well, I guess that's the MKT show forever and ever. Amen.
Well, that's it, huh? We might as well pack it up. No one cares.
We've come this far.
It's a good ride.
This is why I was singing Boys to Men, because they're so relatable. You know, we've come to the end of the road.
End of the road.
You guys sound like you need to go to Cape Town.
I'm so natural. I belong to you. You belong to me. And they do this one here. And then they do the tight. You do the tight pull. Do the double tight pull. Yeah. Hey, shout out to those guys. But all right, to Yonda's question. Now, what have we gone through today? Ryan is possibly a music producer who, well, I don't know what he's told those ladies. If they watch this show, Ryan is whatever he said he is. Yonda, he was in Cape Town. These ladies came up to him. They're like, oh, you're not really a Cape Town looking type of dude. What they didn't know is he's 1/4 Jewish. So that's probably some of that kosher flow coming out of Ryan that the ladies noticed. So that was one thing that you've missed. Serena Williams, Yonda, if you don't know, sounds like this. Ah! So that's Serena Williams. That's something else that you missed. Another thing that you missed, Ryan is happy to take risks in life, but he's not happy for Xavi Hernandez to take risks. So it's been kind of one of those shows, right? And I think that's where we are. James, have I missed anything out?
The Steven Gerrard announcement happened while we were live.
Yeah, so, a guy who was managing in Scotland is back now at a club who have won in Europe. That's Steven Gerrard, who's made Jamie Carragher spat in the ladies' in the woman's face.
Yeah, of course.
Steven Gerrard. Where's that, Stevie? Where you from? From Liverpool.
That's my damn boy, dude.
So Stevie G's back in the league. He's trying to take Aston Villa to Europe. So that's something else that you missed. And other than that, I don't think he's missed anything else. Welcome, Yonder. I hope your meeting went well, and I hope you made all of the money in the world. I hope your bosses realize how hard you work. Yonder saying, Ryan is back in studio, and Senzo Elise was the sacred face-to-face, more crap to ladies at the back. Oh, my word. I mean, wowzers. So that's kind of saying you guys, the face-to-face. I think you guys sleeping face-to-face, you know.
I already gave my view. I said Manchester's blue.
Oh, is that your response to Yonder?
Yeah. No, well, I mean, Senzo's not here to defend it, so.
Yeah.
And Pablo.
Yeah, and Maguire wasn't there to defend against City either.
Oh, wait, no, he is.
Oh, no, he isn't. Maguire was not there.
Put him on James.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good stuff, huh?
Maguire wasn't there to defend.
Yeah.
Because he
Mykonos.
sucks.
Well, I don't know. Listen, I don't think that. I just think Mykonos is on his brain, you know what I mean?
He's got other things going on.
Well, I don't know Maguire personally, but he's playing like, he's probably thinking, maybe I should have punched that cop in Mykonos. Shouldn't have bribed him. That's what he's thinking. That's what happened. Listen, the report said Maguire tried to bribe the cop, so who knows what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, when you... No, I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to be mean
as
when
the old
they're not
adage
here
goes,
to defend themselves.
Or as the old adage goes, takes one to bribe one, you know?
So wait, you said... What?
It's an old saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Shakespeare coined that one, didn't he?
You don't know Shakespeare. You think he made up the English rules. You don't know.
Senzo, how do you feel about Ryan dissing Man United?
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
I don't really agree with him, though.
No, I think it's a good point.
You think so?
It's a good point.
Shame, he's having a bad day. Sorry, we should leave him.
Hoof knows what he thinks.
Sorry, what did you say?
Hoof knows what he thinks.
Hoof knows.
Yeah. This is a sports show, by the way.
Yeah.
There are people who sacrifice their time. I mean, they're not going to click like on our show for whatever reason, but they do sacrifice their time to come and watch us. And you think to yourself, wowzers, what is wrong in their lives?
Why on earth would you?
Yeah, no, there's something wrong with you. All right, let's get to more social media. What we got there, Jimbo, what you got for me?
I got something, but mine's coming later. Ryan's got something for you, though.
All right.
You're going to be super invested, I promise.
All right, let's hear it, Ryan. What you got for me? Play.
No, so I was on the Twitterverse.
Yep.
And I happened to see Soldier Boy. He always comes out with these outrageous claims of being first at everything.
Okay, but just hold on. Soldier Boy, what happened? Did he have like a quarter-life crisis with that? Obviously, again, are we finished? Are we done? I mean, the Breakfast Club will get you. Remember when he went full Gucci? What was the famous thing he said in that interview again?
Oh, finished or done?
No, with Soldier Boy. Remember?
Soldier Boy, I don't know.
Yeah, but he had that crazy Breakfast Club interview as well. Remember where he looked ridiculous, fam? He was in the full Gucci suit with the headband and the gold glasses. Remember that? Oh, you haven't seen that one?
No.
Yeah, you need to look out for that. Anyway, Soldier Boy, I told you. Well, what's he got to say?
No, so now he went on Twitter and he put a screenshot of him texting, or he got a text from Kanye West.
Whoa.
Well, Kanye West posted
Excuse
it, should
me?
I say.
Yay.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
James, you can't just go away to Cape Town and come back with that lifestyle. His name's Yay. Have some respect.
Sorry, I'm trying to read this tweet, and James has put the thing over the actual image, but it's okay.
I could tell you what the thing he says.
Okay,
Listen,
so
guys,
Kanye West basically put an apology
you
up
can't
to
tell
Soulja
people
Boy.
how you're directing the show. Part of the magic. Like, imagine if Salma Hayek said, before the movie, I was learning my lines in a trailer. Imagine that. Okay,
You
now
sound like a big movie house followed you.
Yeah,
See?
I think that's going to...
Ryan gets it. Ryan, you watch the show, dude.
Yeah.
And you, hey?
Yeah, of course.
Let's go, Ryan. Ryan ain't a hater. All right, Ryan. What does Ye and Soldier Boy have to...
I just find this hilarious because if you look at this tweet,
Well, you
Kanye
gotta
West
read it.
put it out on Twitter.
Please read it because there's people who listen to the podcast.
Yeah, so basically Kanye West put this up. It says, "Yo, it's Ye. Love you, bro. I should have told you I wasn't going to use the verse. So this is obviously off the Donda album that was just released like a month ago.
Uh-huh.
And he cut Soulja Boy's verse out and didn't tell him.
Oof.
So Soulja Boy's expecting this huge drop.
Yeah.
And then Donda drops no Soulja Boy, and he's saying, what's going on? But he does this, so he sends the message. And what does it say, James? Underneath it?
So Soulja Boy replies with, because I placed the tweet stupidly and I'm dumb.
It's okay.
So I apologize. But Soulja Boy replied to that message saying, that's all I ever wanted.
Yeah, and so anyway, I just find it hilarious because Kanye West sent him a text personally and then screenshotted it and then put it on Twitter. Why don't you just tweet him?
Well, I think, listen, we probably need more context because Ye's probably like, no. Because Soulja Boy probably came out and said, yeah, you were this, you were that. You know what I'm saying? And then Ye said, no, forget you.
But it wasn't so much the tweet that made the headlines. It was the fact that Soulja Boy retweeted it and said, I'm the first person to get an apology from Kanye West, or Ye, as you will.
Okay, but if a guy's willing to be like that, he must have been saying the wildest stuff to Kanye on social, and Kanye's is like, Ye was like, nah, enough of this, dude. I'm trying to make terrible Crocs and sell them for like $800 a Croc. I don't have time for Croc. Actually, this is a load of Croc. He said, Soulja Boy, I'll tell him. Boom, put it out there. I'm on Ye's side, which won't happen often because I think he's nuts.
No, well, the thing is, the outrageous. I just have a list here of things that Soulja Boy said that he's the first to do.
Let's hear it.
So he's the first person to get an apology out of Kanye West. He still didn't apologize to Taylor Swift after knocking off the Grammy situation a couple of years ago. But,
well, that was Kanye, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, but yeah.
Well, you're getting confused with your
He's the first
stars.
person to get an apology out of Kanye.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yes, yeah.
So now, one of the first things Soulja Boy, and he was, this is how it started, was I was the first rapper on YouTube.
That's a lot.
So he was. When YouTube first came out, Soulja Boy was the first rapper to actually put a video up on YouTube. Okay, so we start off there, and then we go...
No. Was he?
He was.
Of the American rappers?
Yes.
Okay.
He was, when YouTube started up, his label decided to go the YouTube route.
Got you.
It was still a new platform.
Cool.
And so he said he was the first one. Then he said he was the first one to get paid, or he invented getting paid from a YouTube video.
What?
Yeah.
Who says that?
Well, this is the thing. Then he said, I was the first rapper with the iced out G-Shock. Then he said, I was the first...
That's a watch.
Who made these, like, rappers want to wear Bape clothing.
Yeah?
What was the other one? Something... What's this? Oh, he's the first rapper to wear the Versace robe in the Versace store.
I mean, this guy's...
It's ridiculous. And so there's a whole... Oh, I'm the first rapper with his own lean. I mean... So now I came across, I thought it was ridiculous. I mean, this guy.
It is ridiculous. Let's move on. Soulja Boy, I told you.
The next one is James.
It is James. I'm James.
Yep.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, well, you know, the economy and all that, huh?
Okay, so there was breaking news in the early hours of this morning coming from Europe.
Your Liverpool?
Well, not Liverpool.
The Beatles?
But Paris.
Okay. Which is in Europe?
Yeah, correct. That's geographically correct.
Well, no, actually. Not anymore, because it's very easy to say Liverpool's in Europe. It's not anymore.
True. That is true.
You know how Jamie Kerrigan would say Brexit after he spat at the lady in the car.
Okay, so in the early hours of this morning,
yes,
a lady that plays for the PSG women's team, Aminata Diallo, was taken into police custody. So this is how the story goes, right? So the two images on the screen, Diallo, the lady who was taken into custody, is the lady on the left, and the lady on the right is her teammate at PSG, possibly former teammate at PSG, because I doubt she'll have a football career after this. So she hired men, a couple of guys, to break her legs.
What?
In order to beat her place in the squad.
All right, so wait. You've left out an important part. So Aminita Diallo is the lady in jail.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, the other lady's name is Kira Hamurai. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah.
So Miss Diallo hired somebody to break Kira's legs.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of reading this morning into trying to find out what had happened.
Yeah.
And,
What's the story?
Stuff like that. And I stumbled across a couple of things. So apparently, these guys that she had hired pulled her from her car, pulled Kiera from her car,
Yeah?
and took crowbars to her legs to try and break.
Wait, are you being serious? Did they
my
get a
heart.
hold of her?
Cross my heart. They pulled her from her car.
I didn't realize that I thought the plan got stopped before it happened.
So the one thing I read was
Jen,
that
we would like to see you while you describe the story.
I apologize. I'm terrible at multitasking.
Some people say you're terrible at one task, but that's a separate conversation.
Some people would say I'm just terrible at everything.
No,
I do.
no, not everything. It's just
Most things.
If you're given a task, it's
Okay.
Geez,
Fair enough.
this guy.
So yeah, that's apparently what had happened.
Wait. So wait. Wowzers. Okay. Do we know whether there's any previous, like, oh, you took my man kind of stuff?
So yeah, this is the article that I was reading this morning from The Guardian.
Okay.
Okay. So
Guardian of the Galaxy, because this is now extraterrestrial crime and we shouldn't be getting involved. I think it's Chris Platt or whatever his name, isn't it?
Chris Pratt.
Pratt. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, and I don't know him. I'm not saying he's a Pratt. His surname, well, he is a Pratt.
I'm not sure where we're going here.
Well, I mean, he is a Pratt. Chris is a Pratt, and he's also the Guardian of the Galaxy.
What is a Pratt?
It's a British term for... yeah, it's not such a nice thing to say somebody. Don't...
Oh, I thought that was with a T and a W.
No, that's different. So yes, that's also, but if you call somebody... In this case, calling him a Pratt is real, because he is a Pratt. But also, so are we talking about extraterrestrial violence here? Because you're saying you're reading from The Guardian. I just want to be sure that it's not Guardians of the Galaxy, which is not a very good movie.
No, it's The Guardian in the UK.
The newspaper. All right, that makes a lot more sense.
Alrighty, so...
Although they do say women are from Mars, so it could be...
men are from Venus.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
But this could also be ET News, so...
We'll know one day.
Yep.
So Diallo was taken into custody and obviously questioned by the police services in Paris.
Yeah.
There was obviously a lot of twisted versions of the story.
Yes.
But the story goes
Wow, what do you have for me on that one?
Because I told you I did a whole bunch of research this morning. Yay!
Yeah.
Yay, we're back on a camera again.
Yeah.
Okay. So I told you about this whole incident that I did a whole bunch of research this morning, right? And there is a very similar story.
By the way, look at this Kira's hair's lady, or this lady's hair. It is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, what are we talking about? For those listening on the podcast, she looks a little bit like a tall Shakira. If you can think of Shakira's hair, that's what this lady looks like. I mean, obviously both of them in electrifying shape because they're footballers. But the one, it seems, is more of a mastermind. Could actually be that it's Amanda Staveley, who of course works for the Saudi Arabians, who's funding it. But I'm not saying that's what happened, but Amanda Staveley is a Bond villain. So, wow, this story's so electrifying, dude.
Wait, no, it gets better.
You're joking.
I promise you. Not that this is a good story. I just mean
No. The
There's more
story's
information.
nuts, yeah?
Right. So these two aren't only teammates for club.
Yeah.
They also play for the French national team together.
Oh, no. So it's Valbuena and Karim Benzema
It's-
all over again. Oh,
It
no.
is the two homies all over again, and I have prepared adequately because
There it is.
there it is.
Karim Benzema and Mathieu Valbuena. Now, listen, a while ago, Didier Deschamps excluded Karim Benzema and Mathieu Valbuena from the latest French squad. And I'll tell you what, that was because, obviously, Valbuena, he grew from the Peter Dinklage tree of life. And one of those genetics is he looks a little bit like a barrel, kind of like Xherdan Shaqiri, short guy, a little bit angry, I would presume. Most short guys are. And Karim Benzema said, hey, listen, I'm going to blackmail you in a compromising position. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. And Karim Benzema is currently caught up in that. Hey, Benzema might go to jail as well. Because that trial, by the way, that trial is back up again. And they are doing the prosecution there pretty soon.
Yeah, it's actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's this month. In the next week or so is the Karim Benzema.
So he might be in jail, dude.
Yeah. But wait, there's more.
What? No. In which story? Not the Diallo story.
No, in the Diallo story. So there's not only links to other former French national footballers, but there's other links to other sporting icons.
Yes.
You know, past and present.
Yeah, got you.
And one of the most familiar ones that comes to mind, which I didn't know much of,
Yeah.
was the incident between Tonya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan. For those that don't know, a similar situation happened. Tonya's ex-husband,
Jeff Gululi.
yeah,
Yeah.
planned an attack on her rival Nancy Kerrigan in June 1994. They were rivals because they were both fighting for a place on the US national skating team.
Now, I want to tell you the story. Great. Obviously, if you have seen Blades of Glory, Nancy Kerrigan, shout out to her. She makes a comeback. She's on there. Will Ferrell. Hey, Nancy Kerrigan. He tries to see if he can take her on a date and chat her up. Chaz Michaels is figure skating, of course. Now, if you haven't seen this documentary, it is an ESPN, I think, 60 Minutes or E60 or whatever. It is one of the most incredible stories you will ever hear, right? So, in this story here, Nancy Kerrigan, it is just, it's incredible what Tonya Harding has done here. Tonya Harding has gotten Jeff Gululi, before the USA champs, right, has gone and gotten a guy from, I believe he was in Detroit. The guy took a bus ride so that they couldn't kind of track it. It was a whole thing about cash. The guy went, obviously, and then Nancy Kerrigan, right, was accosted by this person, and he broke her right leg, I believe. He hit her on the right knee, and she couldn't go to obviously the US champs, which Tonya Harding went and won. By the way, not only did she do that, they went to the Olympics together.
Yeah.
After obviously Nancy Kerrigan's like, I'm a champion, my bones heal faster. They went to the Olympics together.
So I was doing more reading this morning because I wasn't super familiar with this whole Nancy Kerrigan story. I knew there was a thing around it, but I didn't know what exactly it was. And I was doing some reading, and apparently Tonya's ex-husband, who is, what's his name again?
Jeff Galooly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Him and I think his best mate were involved in this whole thing.
Yeah. So he's the guy. So Jeff Galooly organized this guy to take a bus
Yes.
trip from Detroit
Yes.
so that they couldn't kind of track it. You don't pay with a card, and
Yeah.
there's a whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what had happened. And to this day, Tonya obviously has been investigated and interviewed and asked, and police have been involved and blah, blah. To this day, she still maintains that she had no influence in this whole incident. But I think a couple of years ago, she said in an interview that she may have overheard her ex-husband talking about taking someone out a week before the incident happened. Inverted commas.
Yeah, I mean, Tonya Harding, that is tough stuff, that.
Yeah.
That's incredible. But now this Diallo case is insane.
It's insane, hey?
Dude, like, what? So, but what do we do now? Because now, so what? PSG now have to deal with this. It's like PSG have to deal with the broken leg, and PSG have to deal with, you might be back soon. Now France have to deal with, you're going to come back. And what do we do with this Diallo lady? Now France have to deal with, one of these people has to pay a fine. Also, now PSG have to deal with Mario Cardi at the same time. Like, what? Do you know what? Guys, I guarantee you there has to be more, dude. I'm sorry. Football isn't like ice skating. So I get it in ice skating why you would want to injure that person, right? Like, I get it. That's an individual sport. There's only so many places. Like, in football, you're already in the team.
So my thing, right, is... and you know what's really weird for me is I was looking at, obviously, a lot of images this morning of these two, and I saw a lot of stuff on Twitter. And looking at the photo of this Diallo lady, she doesn't look like she has this weird malicious side to her. But
Yeah.
she's literally hired two people to just randomly break her teammate's leg.
Like, you know how hard it is to be a professional sports person.
It's weird for me.
Like, less than 1% of the world have the genetic talent. Now, when you get in there, like, part of being in there is like, hey, I respect my fellow professionals because I know what it takes to get here. Like, what sort of demented monster is this woman if she did it?
I don't think she'll play for PSG again, though. And I think she can also consider herself lucky that women's football doesn't have as many eyes on it as men's football does.
Here's the thing. Now, violence is pretty bad, but Adam Johnson got a professional contract again. So if she's that good...
Where?
Yeah, no. After he got out of jail, Adam Johnson, there was some backlash, but I think he's playing pro football again. But he did get a contract. I forget what the club was that gave him a contract after he came out of jail. Yeah. That's a real thing, dude.
That is bizarre.
Yeah. So what I'm telling you is, if Diallo is brilliant, she'll get another contract because that's just how sport is, dude. People want to win. Like, they let people get away with absolute savagery. So this is so hectic. What do you think you know who the real victim is here? Like, yes, obviously, Miss, what's her name? Haramoy, I'm not sure how to say her name. Keira, that's insane. Can you imagine being the PSG PR person right now?
Holy.
Because what you, like right now, you have to deal with the Cardi's issue now, right? Before that gets out of hand. Now Sergio Ramos isn't coming to practice. Right? That's a whole other thing. Sergio Ramos has not kicked a ball. He gets paid £400,000 a week. He has not kicked a ball.
You're also forgetting that they have to deal with the fact that Messi has been injured for 2 weeks at PSG, but was all of a sudden seen at Argentina training this morning.
Full training.
Yeah.
Like Leo Messi's going, hola amigos, let's play a football.
It's getting more and more like a little bit more racist.
Why is that racist? This is exactly how Leo Messi would sound. Hola amigos, I'm back in the casa. Let's play football. I'm so good at football.
Sipo doesn't want any of that. He doesn't.
Who,
I think
Leo
he
Messi?
wants to get out of there.
Say, I'm sure I like better English by my reputation. Football.
You know who you actually remind me of? The sock in the BR football. You know they do the House of Champions or whatever on
Yes.
YouTube?
Yeah.
Leo Messi carries around a sock, and it reminds me of the sock when you do that voice.
What does it say? Does he say, I'm the best of all time. I be doing the dribbling. I believe it's short, but it's okay. I got technical ability. Because we playing football. PSG is the oil money. I don't care, I say.
Oh, I guess you could say it's wait for it. Gotta do the comedic timing.
No, sure.
Guess you could say it's socking.
This is the MKT show. Leo Messi is mucho shorter. He's playing football. He's playing football in Argentina because he said, hey, I play for the Agua Celeste. It's a sky blues and the whites. They say, I'm going back PSG. And they don't know because I'm playing football. That's Leo Messi, who does not care a damn, huh? Hey, I'm injured. I was lying. I'm going to go back to my friends where the weather's nice. Hey? This is unbelievable, this guy. Yeah, no, it's... what did you say there, James?
I said it must be nice to be Leo Messi.
He's pretty good at football, and Yeah. What's he thinking now, huh?
I told those losers in Paris that I have an injury. Now I'm just going to train with my friends.
He's probably just hanging out with what's he going? Mama, I play football with my amigos, my hermanos, me and my hermanos. Leo, I thought your leg was broken. Say, Mama, I was lying. I did it. That's Leo Messi. Well, what's the problem, James?
That's all I can do. That's
fair
it.
enough. I think Senzo makes a good point there. Robin Badger says, this rolling blackout situation got me like basically whole day on and off.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
So this morning, and I realized that last night when I went to bed, my power was off.
Yes.
And we're so deep into this rolling blackout thing.
Okay, but do you want to explain to people what we're going through? Because we have international viewers who may not know what rolling blackouts, or what do we call it in this country?
Load shedding.
Right. Explain to people what load shedding is.
In this beautiful country of ours, in South Africa, we have something called load shedding. It happens every now and then. We can't tell you how often. It just happens when it happens. Mm-hmm. And it's when the electricity company in our country decides we don't have enough power to give to the people of the country, so we're going to take some away, but we're actually also going to give you turns to use it. So you can't use it always, but we'll give it back, I promise.
Yeah.
And then there's intervals and you have to follow schedules, and it's a whole it's all over the place. And it's called load shedding, right?
Yeah.
So last night I went to bed. And just by the way, so far this week, my power's gone off at 10 o'clock every night except for Monday night.
Cool.
Last night I went to bed.
What time do you go to bed?
Well, I used to go to bed quite late, but now that I have these wake up calls at 4 o'clock in the morning,
Which you ignore quite often.
I answer.
Including this morning.
Didn't I answer this morning's
You
call?
did not answer this morning.
Really? No, I did.
No, you didn't.
No, I did though.
No, you didn't. Do you remember that whole thing where I'm the person phoning?
Didn't I?
Yeah. So I wasn't going to bring it up since you brought it up. You know, I was like, okay, James is still bringing his confidence back, but you didn't answer the phone. So what time did you get up this morning?
Probably. So you usually phone at 1:15.
No, always phone. Always. I wake up at the same time every day.
Just after 5.
So 45 minutes later. So how could you have answered the call?
Yeah, but I didn't have to get into my car or get ready and get into my car and go to a gym. All I had to do was put on clothes and then leave my front door and run.
No, you've done the Ryan thing where you just talk about what you want to talk about. I'm saying now you've just answered that you didn't answer the phone, because if you only got up at 5, how would you have answered the phone at 4:15 when I phoned you? So you didn't answer the phone. And there we go.
I'm so sure I answered the phone. Did you WhatsApp call me?
Yes. You think I'm spending my money on somebody who's not going to wake up. But anyway, that's not the point. We get it. We're going down the wrong road.
That is true.
We're trying to tell people not about you ignoring my phone calls. You know?
I mean, I don't think a lot of people want to be woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But yeah.
But most people aren't doing a half marathon really soon, you know?
So we're missing the point.
Yeah. I mean, you are doing a half marathon.
So I went
pretty
to
disciplined.
bed with no power.
It's not easy. Running a half marathon, not easy, James.
I went to bed with no power.
It's tough. It's like having no power. It's so tough. 21 Ks. See, the Cape Town Marathon, I'm wearing a jersey from the number 1 marathon in Africa. That's 42 Ks. James, what's the furthest you've ever run? Be honest. Without stopping. Like, run with intent.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
You reckon 6 Ks, 5 Ks, 4 Ks, 3 Ks?
I really couldn't even give it a guess. Honestly couldn't.
21 Ks. Gonna need some. He's gonna, like Leo Messi. You know what he's got? Discipline. He got discipline in his career. Cause hey, Leo Messi says, "Hey, my career is like me. It's short." All right. Well, that's Leo Messi. Right. Load shedding. You were saying.
I don't even want to anymore. I'm over it.
I've got the power. Boom, 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 boom. But a bump, bump, bump.
You know what?
Got the power.
Do you know what show this reminds me of? So last night I was watching Logan Paul's podcast. It's called Impulsive. Impulsive. Yeah.
Excellent.
Right.
That guy's excellent at social media.
So yesterday was their 300th episode.
Yeah.
And I was watching that, and it was honestly, usually they do the whole prep thing and they make sure, the one guy was really high and the other dude was really drunk, or Logan was really drunk. And it was just, honestly, for an hour and 10 minutes, it was just them. It's like they didn't even have a running order. They were just going off and they'd laugh at random things, and then that's what today's show reminds me of. That's where I feel like we are at this point.
Load shedding will do that to you.
At this juncture.
It's a good song though. Be honest. I've got the power.
No, we don't. We don't have the power.
All right, so load shedding is pretty tough on James. He will. Thing about James is he will ride the emotional wave, right? I try and be as temperate as possible. Don't get too high, don't get too low. But James will ride it. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it is terrible. So James, no lights, huh? You wake up to a cold shower or what?
I went to bed with no power and woke up with no power. 2 different schedules though, so it was scheduled. It wasn't like it was off the whole night. It was like no power from 10 to 12. Power came back on.
You hate to hear it.
Then off again at 6 o'clock. Bless you, Ryan.
Jeez, Ryan, you're right there. I mean, well, Ryan, have you brought COVID back to the studio? What's going on there?
No, everything's fine.
Well, I don't know. I heard that cough, pal. If there's one thing I know, it's a COVID cough.
But I'm 100% healthy.
But there's no way nobody who's 100% healthy coughs like you just coughed.
I said something stuck in my throat.
What did you have?
I don't know. That's why I coughed.
Oh, okay. All right, so not COVID. All right, breaking news. Ryan does not have COVID. That's breaking news. That's hot off the press. The source is Ryan himself.
Nice,
is he a
Ryan.
doctor? No.
Me and Christian Eriksen, we're okay.
Very okay.
Yeah.
Christian Eriksen's never been more okay in his whole life.
Yeah.
Except you might have COVID. I heard you cough just now. That sounded like somebody. That was like the remnants of a bat are in my. I mean, allegedly somebody. Again, it's important. I'm not a doctor, but allegedly someone in China bit a bat, and that's where it started. And I saw it on South Park. Apparently, Mickey Mouse was involved. Don't know if you haven't seen. Oh, you haven't seen South Park. With COVID, do yourselves a favor, guys. That episode is absolutely incredible. Hey, what else you guys have for me on social media, by the way?
Ryan's got a whole bunch of stuff for you.
Yeah, Ryan, what you got, pal?
Hold on, let me bring it up here. I'm on the ones.
Robin says I should try cycling. My bum still hurts from cycling on Monday.
Sorry, what?
Robin says I must try cycling, and I said my bum still hurts from cycling on Monday morning.
What were you doing on Monday morning?
I did the watt bike.
It's tough stuff. How long did you go?
I think 15 minutes.
I can't really see you, James. I'd like to see you while you're telling me this.
I think 15 minutes. That's.
And are you looking for how many watts, or you going for as long as you can?
No, on Monday it was for as long as I could. But
hey,
before
15 minutes is a long time.
Yeah, burns your legs because you have to use your entire quads. Anyway, Ryan, social media.
I found this. Obviously, Travis Scott's been in the media lately for the recent incident, 8 deaths at Astroworld. Drake's also been caught in the crossfire on this one. But now the Rockets have had a night dedicated to him, Travis Scott night, which now is obviously being cancelled or postponed, should I say. And it'll honor the Astroworld victims. Instead of, so they're postponing the Travis Scott night and will honor the Astroworld victims.
So Travis Scott from Houston, huh?
Yeah. Oh well, I'm not 100% sure. I know the show that all of this went down was in Houston.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I thought it was in Texas.
Houston is Texas.
Yeah, it is in Texas.
Yeah, Houston, Texas. So yeah, there's just a lot going on. I don't know if you've seen the recent threads on Twitter lately. It's just this whole Astro Fest thing is just getting blown out of proportion. Well, not blown out of proportion. It's perfectly valid. But the thing is, there's just so many things going on right now. Like now, all I see on my socials is different artists all over. If they see a fan so much as cough in the crowd, now they stop the whole show.
Oh, is that what's going on now?
No. Now this is a new thing that I saw. I'm not sure who it was.
If they cough like you, it's probably Probably the right thing to do.
We should probably stop show check.
No, well, I am worried, but it's fine. You behind that, or folks can't see it. That red battery means that camera's dying, but we can leave it on for now. You guys are behind glass, so you didn't cough on me. I'm worried about a Welcome and James back there with you. There's a good chance, James, you might have the Rona.
I've lived a full life, I suppose.
Plus, James, you haven't had the Rona yet.
I haven't.
Remember when I had COVID? You panicked.
You wouldn't stop telling me.
What do you mean?
You wouldn't stop telling me that you had COVID.
Well, I did have COVID, and not only did I have it, I overcame COVID. I'm a hero.
Oh, that's sick. Nice.
Oh, you don't sound on my side.
You're like
a hero, like Bonnie Tyler. I need a hero. And I gotta be strong, and I gotta beat COVID. We need a hero. It's me and Bonnie Tyler.
I wish people could see Welcome's face.
Listen, Travis Scott, this incident, listen, it's the right thing to do, right? Is Houston Rockets are one of the biggest brands in the world. Is right now, you can't take this heat. And hey, listen, if anything about the game is there's no such thing as bad publicity. Travis Scott's music probably goes through the roof, huh? Next album goes nuts because there are just some people that are so in on their people that, I mean, R. Kelly's music is never going to stop just hitting the top of the charts. There are people who are dug in on R. Kelly, dude.
I just don't know, like, will he recover from this? So this is a pretty huge hit, and now that Drake's involved as well, I mean...
Well, Ryan, R. Kelly we knew with Aaliyah what he was doing, right? He married a 15-year-old, forced her under whatever reported conditions to sign the marriage. You know what I mean? How long did R. Kelly's music thump on the charts for?
No, but I mean, R. Kelly it was a different time back then. Travis Scott, there's so many things. I saw a video on TikTok of his ex-managers saying that they actually would use systems of Twitter to try and make him seem more popular than what he actually was, to build up hype in the social media game, and that's how he landed these big things. So, I don't know, there's so much bad stuff coming out, but it's like, when the bad comes out, it only just gets worse. Now people are piling on. They said that he stopped the show when somebody stole his shoe, and then they told him to beat up that fan who stole his shoe, but so he can stop the show for the shoe and not for 8 people dying while he does the robot. Like, now it's floodgates. So I just wonder how do you come back from this?
Look, I would say Rihanna is what? Top 5 biggest pop stars of the last 20 years?
Easy.
Chris Brown recovered from that.
I think you'd actually be surprised. I think he's going to recover from this
in
the next week or so. I think he'll be fine. I swear. I promise.
We know what Chris Brown did, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. It's not a hot take what I'm saying.
Sure.
And now I'm running.
But I mean, Chris Brown is still, he will never be as big as what he was back then. Like,
but he
has hushed a little.
But he's on the charts, right? Like what I'm saying is it's not like... Yeah. Like this guy, Travis Scott, I don't know him, but he seems like a little bit of a cult leader. Some of the things you're saying is people are so dug in on his stuff that, you know, the thing about when you get influential is you can take people anywhere now. You know, people are so into celebrities is that you'd be all right. And also, you know what it is? We're in the era of overload in terms of information. It's like, a friend of mine once told me this. She says, there's no such thing as cancel culture. Just wait it out, dude. Because, Ryan, in 2 weeks' time, it's somebody else.
Yeah.
And then he makes another, you know what? And if he's as talented as what he must be, because, yes, it can be marketing and whatever to get this level, but there's a level of brilliance and whatever is, dude, there are now record labels who will sign him. He will be fine, dude. Tragically, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
And either side of whatever you think of the incident, I don't really know Travis Scott, but I think he'll be all right. He'll be all right.
I think the big thing that'll tell how long it'll last is where like mainstream media and social media sort of differ will dictate how long this lasts. Because I mean, people on Twitter especially can talk about the same damn problem for weeks and months, and it'll be a trending topic every second or third day or second or third week or whatever it is. But I think the moment this whole Travis Scott thing moves out of the mainstream media cycle, then I think it's kind of like, okay, he's moved past it, and that'll be within the next week and a half, 2 weeks,
Yeah.
but it'll still be a thing on Twitter and social media for a while. Like there'll still be TikTok videos made about it. There'll be tweets. There'll be Instagram posts. Like,
You know what saved him? You know what saved him? And it sounds silly, is that we're in a pandemic, right? Is people are now starting to argue about whether you should have vaccines or not. And like, if this happened in 2018, Ryan, I might be with you and go, forget it, this guy's dead. But people are now, there's like vaccines and there's, you know what I mean? Because now also what's really saved him is in the Northern Hemisphere, it's winter season, right? And now the COVID numbers have gone berserk in the Northern Hemisphere. And obviously flu season, immune systems are weaker. So people are going to be getting COVID. You're going to see those numbers going up. And all of that noise is going to save, I think, his career. That's another thing we have to consider. LB says he's already been sued previously for inciting a riot at a concert. Look, it seems like this is his brand, right? Like he's a firebrand. So Travis Scott, maybe, hey, great Scott. Great Scott, man. Great Scott is what the Brits would say and go, bloody hell, what a situation. Oh, how good is his music, Ryan?
I really liked the last album he did, and obviously at the clubs it really goes off. But it's not, well, in my opinion, it's nothing iconic. But the thing is, his brand is so big. Like,
yeah,
I remember he did a thing with McDonald's in 2020 where all the McDonald's around America were sold out of meals because they had this one Travis Scott meal, and every McDonald's in the history of America was sold out because of this promo. Like he is a huge influence in the music culture.
He also has his own pair of Nikes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I actually saw a funny thread about that on Twitter. After this whole incident went down, some guy said, and they're selling them for ridiculous amounts, like $1,400.
Yeah.
And you can buy them for a lot cheaper than that, but you can't get them. And so some guy said, I'll give you 300 shipped. And then he's like, no ways. He's like, did you not see what just happened? So now people are trying to buy these
on the low, like it's like the stock market, like the stock has gone down kind of.
Yeah, they were like, did you not see what happened? Nah, this is how much I'm going to give you.
Yeah, so I'll give you. Yeah, but I still want the shoes.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's wrong what he did.
It's wrong what he did, and you shouldn't be charging that much, but I'm still going to pay a reduced fee.
Yeah, come on.
The
kicks are sick.
Jordan and Travis Scott collab is $1,600, which is $24,692. Holy hell, that's a lot of money.
Now, if there's one thing about Michael Jordan, he is squeaky clean, right? He is not having any of this. I'd love to know. We'll speak about it more. Expect some news on that, because if there's one thing Michael Jordan doesn't do, it's controversy.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, the guy's gonna be fine, bro. We live in an insane world. You know what? You know what? You know what makes us insane? This isn't the craziest thing that's happened in the world. Like, it's 8 people that have tragically died, but it's not the maddest thing that's ever happened in entertainment. Like, especially the more we find out, right? What you have to remember in life is, if you find something out about somebody, that's just what you know about that person. Like, if this dude's doing this inciting in public, what's he like in private, bro? And I'm ugh. Oh, what?
That's her problem.
Did you say Kylie Jenner?
It's her baby daddy dude.
Why didn't you guys tell me he's got the Jenner curse?
There's even a video that she had posted on her Instagram on the night of the event, where she did a pan thing across the audience towards the stage.
Are they going out?
Yeah, they've got a baby.
No, well,
together.
they have 3.
Oh, what does having a baby mean?
3 babies.
They've got a baby and there's one on the way.
So they've got 4 babies.
I actually think they got divorced.
That's what I'm saying, James. What are you talking about? Having a baby with someone doesn't mean
They were, as far as I knew, on and off. But I don't have much interest in the Kardashian clan. So.
Imagine Christmas dinner with Ye, Kim, and Kylie Jenner.
Oh, no.
Like, just the craziest thing ever. Like, hey, Ye, them Crocs. They're crazy. Y'all.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. All right, Travis Scott. Great, Scott. To the boys, Ryan, welcome back, man.
Thank you.
Great to have you back. James, just another day doing great things. Yeah, I'm saying, my man.
Just producing one of the greatest sports shows on the planet.
Maybe pick up the phone, though. I mean, pick up the phone.
I honestly, I feel like I didn't. I
the phone.
swear I answered your phone call.
What do you mean?
I think
Why are you lying to me? I know you didn't. I was there. So you know how... Oh my goodness, I can't believe I have to explain to James how a phone call works. Right. One person makes the phone call. The other person answers. But the person who makes the phone call knows whether the other person answered or not. I'm not deaf. I know what happened. I was awake. James, can you see me right now through that glass?
Glass is actually quite dirty. It's something I've noticed today.
Okay, so you know I'm a real person. I made the call. I know you didn't answer.
Oh well. Tomorrow's another day.
Okay, tomorrow, another chance for James to ignore me. Just incredible, this guy. Just incredible. This show's incredible. All right. This is the MKT Show. Before you go, please click like, please subscribe if it's your first time joining us. And I've got to be honest, I hope you don't get shot in the foot like Megan Thee Stallion. That's all I can say. I mean, that just please, whatever you do, I cannot say it enough. Don't shoot your girlfriend in the foot in a car. Don't do it.
Amen, brother.
Hey, if you're in a car right now with your lady and you have a gun, put it down, brother. Or sister, because ladies can have a girlfriend too, James.
Preach. What do you think, Senzo? Last words from you?
Nay! It's the MKT Show. And we are the hell out of here.